Hello. Today we're going to look at the third part of Principal Community Route C5 southbound that goes from the Cooleman Court shopping centre to the northern edge of Kambah beside the first traffic lights on Tuggeranong Parkway beside Sulwood Drive. We'll take a different approach to this section because while there is an original route for C5 which is marked with wayfinding signage, it is indirect, goes beside a 6-lane dual carriageway in parts, has about a 3-minute delay for traffic lights, and it is hilly because it is alongside Mount Taylor. There is also another, shorter, more direct route, which is less hilly, has been mapped out, but there is no wayfinding signage yet at all. It remains on the same side of Tuggeranong Parkway, and there is a short distance on quiet streets at the south end. This route takes about half the time as the original route, as well as being less hilly. As usual, this map was developed from the ACT Active Travel Planning tool. We will be following the pink route from the very top at Cooleman Court to the northern edge of Kambah at Sulwood Drive at the bottom. In this video, we're going to do this route three times. The first route, we will follow the original route southbound from end to end. And then we will follow the better route, for want of another name, southbound. And because there is no useful signage, we'll do the same route again northbound to help get familiar with it. I expect you all will choose this route in the future. This footage has been recorded at nearly double speed for efficiencies and time use. If you wish to see the video at a credible rate, please set it to half speed in the YouTube settings. Okay, let's get started. We'll start where the previous video finished off, just north of Cooleman Court on Route C5, heading southbound. You can see the shopping centre on the right. We're going to go under Sulwood Drive on this bridge the first time, and in about half a kilometre we're going to go underneath Sulwood Drive again. Again, at the top of the bridge you'll see the name of the road that we're going under. As we turn right, as we go underneath Sulwood Bridge the second time, we'll need to turn sharp right to stay on the route. If, however, you miss it and you continue straight ahead, that's okay, because very soon you'll end up on a quiet street called McInnes Street, and that will take you on to Hindmarsh Avenue in about the same time as the correct route. If you want to just see the better route, please jump forward to 11 minutes and you'll carry on from here. Okay, here's the bridge. You could go straight ahead, but we're going to go fairly sharp right here to follow the primary route, which is signposted all the way. There is adequate wayfinding signage. You'll see rounders on the ground to say go sharp left up here. We're paralleling Hindmarsh Drive. We'll be going for about half a kilometre along here. If you miss the sharp right turn after the second bridge under Sulwood Drive, you will come out at the next junction we're about to cross here, and you can just turn left and go onto this path from this quiet road junction. A bit further on, if you are feeling brave enough to cross a 6-lane dual carriageway at 80 kilometres an hour, there is a slip road that takes you down onto the road itself, onto an on-road path. You can then turn right on what's called Badimara Street, an on-road route, and head out. You can turn right just after here, take that slip road there and go down. I'd only recommend that if you're A, brave, and there's very little traffic. But if you do choose to take that right turn, you can do so there. But we're going to go underneath Tuggeranong Parkway. There's two separate sets of traffic lights. The zebra crossing here the first time, but do be aware it's a very sharp, gentle corner, so cars will be coming from behind you to the right at significant speed. So you need a good look out. It's not the safest of zebra crossings. The second set of traffic lights here, fortunately they're coordinated where they both change at the same time. When I recorded this video, I waited till 2 minutes 45 seconds for a total for both the traffic lights here. And it's fairly well signposted. You turn right and we're going underneath Hindmarsh Drive. On a gentle, not unpleasant bit of parkland for half a kilometre or so. Suburb of Chifley is on our left. And this is a gentle uphill all the way. We have a crossroad here. You can go right. There's no particular need to because they cross again in 100 metres or so. We're on the east side, the Woden side of Tuggeranong Parkway. Very soon we're going to turn right and go under Tuggeranong Parkway again, where we'll join up with Badimara Street, which we saw before we reached the traffic lights. That's Badimara Street on the right, and we still have yet to reach the top of the hill. It's about 6 minutes of climbing up here. You can see I'm going slower here. It's one of those kind of hills that gets steeper nearer the top. So very quick breather and carry on. Thank you. It's downhill all the way now to Sulwood Drive. The other better route is down to the right from where we're looking at here. You don't have to climb up as high as you have done so here. As we go down the hill, the better route comes out from the right, where a green fence comes in from the right with a white trellis on the top. But this is a glorious downhill run if you're prepared to put the effort into coming up. Okay, that's where it comes out from the right. You see the green fence with the white wooden trellis, painted wooden trellis on the top. And we're going to continue coming down here to the next set of traffic lights, and that's where the next part of this series of videos for Route C5 will commence. Okay, once we've stopped here, we're going to go back, shift back to the second bridge going underneath Sulwood Drive, and we're going to take the different route. Okay, here we are going with Cooleman Court Shopping Centre on the right. A couple of 100 metres, we're going to go under this bridge, and in this case you must go sharp right to take the better route. So sharp right here, and off we go. Now soon you will see there are ground signs saying go left. We're not going to do that. If you look ahead, there's a tunnel, and we're going to take that tunnel directly underneath Hindmarsh Drive. And this navigation is very simple. We just keep going for the next 4 minutes or so. For the first half there is a good tarmac road path alongside, and it runs parallel to the original footpath. It's a gentle uphill. I can normally hold, give or take, 30 kilometres on the flat. Here I'm holding around 20 kilometres, maybe a little bit more going up this hill. So it's a very modest climb all the way. And it's quiet here. There's no heavy traffic at all, unlike the joys of Tuggeranong Parkway. This is the primary school, Arrowang Primary School on the left. And the tarmac route is finished, but this is basically an old-fashioned footpath built from an earlier standard. It is a bit bumpy, but because it's not heavily used, it's not nearly as bad as the one in Holder, which was before Cooleman Court. You can hold a reasonable speed with a little bit of bumping and a dippy zoom. Once we've gone under this bridge, soon we will come across to a small shopping centre called Fisher's Shopping Centre, and after that we'll be going onto quiet streets for a couple of minutes, as we're going to head off left to rejoin the original route. All the streets around here are named after gold mining towns. That's Fisher Shopping Centre ahead. We're going to go straight across Kalgoorlie Crescent. And the first gold mining town, which is straight ahead from the footpath, is Ballarat Street in Victoria. And we take the first left, which is Kambah Street, which is about 50 kilometres south of Kalgoorlie in WA. And we're going to be looking for street house number 79. It starts at 140, and we're looking for 79 on the right. The actual number I couldn't find, it's not easy to spot, but the layout of the road is fairly obvious. A gentle left turn, and then there'll be a downhill that is straight, and where the road goes left at the end of the downhill straight, we'll be turning right. Every 100 metres or so along here on the right, there is a grass path going to bushland immediately behind these houses. And the very first path heading off to the right, that is built out of concrete, is the one we're after. So here we're going downhill on a straight bit, and as we start to turn left, we'll be looking to the right. There we go, a concrete path, and we're just going to take that. Now we will be turning right at the end, but I'm just going to turn left for a couple of metres so we can have a good look to remember it for when we come back. So don't turn left here, it's just to make sure everyone has a good look and see how it's going. So you've got the green fence, the white trellis, and the big concrete power line. And now we're on the same route as we were on the original one. We've joined up. I'm going to gallop down to Sulwood Street and then turn round and do the same thing in the opposite direction. Okay, and here comes Sulwood Drive. We'll just stop for the sake of continuity, because this is where we'll start with the next video. I'll just go back. We're going to do a U-turn and head back north in the opposite direction. We're now going up the gentle hill, what I call a 20 km/h uphill. To find the left turn, which is not marked, you see we're going straight here. There are two left-right wiggles before we turn left into the housing estate. Okay, that's the first left-right wiggle. And a set of bollards for no good reason that I can see. The second left-right wiggle, and we'll see the housing estate approaching from the left. And if you take one of the earlier footpaths going between the houses, you'll end up coming up on the green path out to the left. But we're going to come along here, and where the fence gets to the closest point beside this concrete pole, there is a sign for Route C5 going straight ahead there. That's for the original route. And from here we're going to go left onto Kambah Drive for a couple of minutes. Keep going along here to the T-junction, where we're going to turn right onto Ballarat Street. The street sign saying Ballarat Street is missing, but it's the one and only T-junction. And the path we're looking for is just 100 metres or so down here, and it's more or less straight ahead. Very easy. And this time it's gently downhill the whole way to Hindmarsh Drive, so we'll be going about 10 kilometres an hour faster down here. It's traffic free, no car noise, one of those very nice rides. It'd be nice if this bit of the path was in better condition, but all in all, it's not bad at all. A lot better than the original route. You can't hear me panting up the steep hill. This is the only part of this route where we're doing it in both directions, primarily because it's an unusual route without any signage. For the next video and the one before, we're just doing it in one direction because there is sufficient signage, if you're lucky. Okay, past Arrowing School, and we're nice onto the nice smooth path all the way in. The only bits you really need to remember is how to work your way through Kambah streets and how to identify the side path to get onto the back onto Route C5. Okay, that was Hindmarsh Drive again, and very soon we'll be doing a downhill and fairly sharp left to go under the southern Namatjira Drive bridge. There we go. There we go, and we'll stop at the playground where we started at the beginning of this video. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Cheerio, we'll see you at the next video. All the best, bye bye.